Yep, here we are, Monday, October 2nd, 2023. I'm Larissa. This is my video diary. So, oh, looking for music for occasionally at the gallery and for an event at the gallery. And I've gotten some responses to ads. Tried using a couple platforms that I've never used before. And very little, no. Anyway, long story short, I went back to the old Craigslist thing. I've gotten some replies, but it's interesting. All of the replies that I've gotten from Craigslist, and I have it listed where the gig is, right, have come from the East Bay. And there's a bunch of stories recently about all the restaurants closing, the fine dining and stuff closing in Oakland. Of course, a lot of things closed in San Francisco a long time ago, and stuff continues to close up there. Um, anyway, I don't think anybody's going to want to drive all the way down here. I don't understand, what they think. I don't know what they think I'm going to pay them to come all the way down to Saratoga to play some instrumental background music. Especially, talking to one guy that showed up to see the gallery, and I'm like, what do vocalists make? And he's like, I don't know. The answer is nobody wants to pay vocalists ever, especially for women, right? Nobody wants to pay a vocalist. Nobody. We're supposed to just show up. Sometimes share a microphone with other women, right? Because the sad truth, at least in my experience, is unless you are paying somebody to play music with you as a woman, guys will get together and play music with each other for shits and giggles. But if you're a woman, they expect you to sleep with them. And I'm sure that's not like the case with everyone, right? But yeah, women never get paid, or rarely get paid. Rarely, rarely. Yeah, I'm hoping to find somebody, but I was hoping to find somebody a little more local, closer by, right? So I don't know. I don't know what else is why I'm getting all these East Bay replies. Oh my God. Like I said, or what they think I'm going to pay them. Oh, oh my cramps have been really, really bad yesterday, Saturday, yesterday, today, this morning. Oh my God. I had a wild dream last night. Not one that I'm going to talk about and post publicly, but I might write about it. Wild dream last night. Hmm. Wild dream. Like I said, I might write about it. I don't know. So, Saturday at the gallery. I've been open since February. And people say all kinds of weird, rude things to me all the time. For the first time, there was a couple who was walking down the street. And, I was up front. And I'm like, hello, how are you today? Because, that's what I do sometimes. Just say hi to people. Sometimes they come in. Sometimes we have a conversation like, oh, who are you? And sometimes they come in. And this couple didn't come in. The woman was a little rude. I talk to people's dogs too. I like to do that, like, because I like dogs. I do. I like them. And they had a little dog. It's like, oh, your baby's really cute. And the guy was like, oh, when did you open? You're an art. He looked at the window. He's like, oh, you're a gallery. I said, yeah. And he turns to his wife and goes, oh, there's some new stuff down here. He said, we'll have to come back down and walk again. It's been a while since we've walked down here. Um, and he's like, when did you open? I said, February. And she's like, oh, she did the good luck, like the rude one, you know? But the guy is the first person who said to me, welcome to the neighborhood. And I said, thank you. It's the first, like, human kindness that I have received. Like, definitive. Welcome to the neighborhood. Not like, oh, well, good luck with that. It's just like, and I just feel totally unwelcome everywhere I am at all. I feel unwelcome in life, you know? It's like nobody ever wants me anywhere. And I get attacked and shitty things happen and nobody fucking cares. I mean, geez, here in Santa Cruz, I get stuck with a needle. Nobody fucking cares. People break in my house and steal shit left and right. Nobody fucking cares. Go to the hospital because I'm injured and they abuse me and nobody fucking cares. Like, nowhere I go. It's like, I'm not wanted anywhere I go unless I'm giving somebody money. And it's just like, oh my God. And even then, it's like, when I got stuck with the needle, I'd paid to get into that goddamn place and just feel really unwelcome in life. And it was nice to have somebody say to me, welcome to the neighborhood. It was nice. Oh, the dream I had last night was really wild. Really, really wild. It was good. I burned, I went to buy herbs to make tea. So, doing a little test with my tea, I made twice the volume of tea that I normally make, but used the same amount of cannabis that I normally use when I make it. And so that means that it'll only be half as strong cannabis wise. And I want to see, like, what is the ratio, what's the lowest amount I can take and have the pain relief, right? Because, like, with any medication, you want to be taking the smallest dose possible, right? And it's not like it was a high dose to begin with, right? Not a high dose to begin with. Um, but I added other things. And so I quadrupled the Hoya Santa. Um, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it tastes. It smelled really good. It smelled really good. I also added sarsaparilla, which has some analgesic effect as well. Um, and so between the sarsaparilla and the Hoya Santa and the cannabis, the other stuff that's in this, I have chrysanthemum in this and rosehip and hibiscus and yarrow and some of the stuff I have, it's, for hormone balance. So yarrow and what else? Chamomile, that is for calming relaxation. And what else is in it? Oh, the reishi and turkey tail mushroom powder. That's for gut health and immune support. What else is in this? Mint. Mint is for stomach settling and also for just for flavor. What else is in it? Oh, I should have put some thistle in it. I should have. Thistle doesn't really taste good, but it's good for liver and kidney conditioning. Now, next batch. Next batch. But anyway, when I went to buy herbs, I also got some Palo Santo cones. I burned one last night, and maybe that's why the dream came through. Hey, mister. Hey, how are you? How are you? How are you, mister? Is it cold outside? Is it cold outside? Is it? It's cold enough we put the Afghan on the bed. Anyway, watched The Jerk last night. That film is always funny. Always funny. I don't know. I just feel incredibly, incredibly unwanted. Just unwanted. I just keep focusing on my artwork, you know? I just keep focusing on my artwork. I made a nice dinner last night. I had the pesto that I had made earlier in the week, and it had to be used. So I made a penne with artichoke hearts and heirloom peppers and red onion and pesto. And I baked it. So mixed together all of the ingredients and then parboiled the pasta, and then tossed the pasta with the ingredients. Plus, I have some truffled olive oil, and what else did I put in there? Oh, there was a half of a tomato in the refrigerator, a big one that I'd sliced for sandwiches that needed to be used. So I chopped that up and tossed that in there too. And mixed it all up, and I put it in, covered it with foil, and put it in the toaster oven, or in the oven, because I put it in the lasagna tray as opposed to one of the deeper crocks. Baked it. It was good. It made me think about the baked ziti that we used to have all the time at barbecues. The baked ziti. Oh my god. Oh, I think I hear the tea coming. This is the new batch. Thank you. The color's very different. Color's very different from the last batch. The last batch was redder. This is more tea. Oh wow, the sarsaparilla is really strong on the nose. Sarsaparilla, and what else do I smell on the nose? The rose hips and the yarrow. Oh, it's good. Oh, it's really good. The hibiscus, you can taste the hibiscus, but the hibiscus isn't, the tartness of the hibiscus isn't what's up front. Yeah, you can really taste the sarsaparilla. It's kind of root beery. And that along, ooh, my tongue's a little tingly. That with the Hoya Santa. So I'm not talking about a lot of Hoya Santa. I'm talking about like maybe 3 whole leaves, as opposed to half a leaf is what I normally put in, right? into an entire batch. And the batch of tea in one container, that usually lasts me about like 2 weeks. 1 cup of tea in the morning, a filled tea ball. So this should be half potency when it comes to the CBD and THC, which I like to use strains that are kind of like 1-to-1 on that ratio. So what do I usually put it in? I just put in like a 1/4 ounce. So a 1/4 ounce over 2 weeks. That's what I consume. So what is that? It's a gram a day, maybe. Um, Taken orally, not smoked, and not activated with a fat, activated with honey, with a sugar. So it metabolizes differently, and you have different effects. So yeah, that's what I have. So this is less than that. This is like half of that, right? I just put all of the herbs that go into the tea. I put them into the food processor, and I grind everything down fine. And then it's all mixed up. It's all homogenated, and then it goes into a canister with a airtight lid, and then have a tea ball of it steeped in the morning. I never feel stoned. It's not the way it, but it does take care of the pain in the morning. It makes puts it to a tolerable level, tolerable level. I'm just glad I don't have to take an opioid, right? Oh, I trained my hand last night. Oh, and I had my headphones on and I was listening to music in the headphones. Like in real life, I was. I do at night. Sometimes I listen to music. Sometimes I listen to white noise. Sometimes I listen to ambient noise. Um, Sometimes when I say white noise, I mean I listen to things like thunderstorms or rain or, um, I say it's hurricanes. It just sounds like strong rain to me. I don't know. Um, anyway, I was listening to music last night, and in the dream, I had my headphones on, and I kept trying to take the headphones off, but the music was still there. I'm like, I don't understand. I kept saying, I don't understand. These headphones are terrible. I took them off, and there's still music in my ears. I don't understand. I still had my headphones on. At one point in the dream, there was, "Hey Jude." You have found her. Now go and get her. That's what I was trying to. I kept on trying to rip the headphones. I'm like, I'm tired of the Beatles. I was sleeping. I don't know. That guy. Welcome to the neighborhood. It's a really simple phrase. It's amazing. He's the first one to say it to me. I've been there since February. He's the first one. Welcome to the neighborhood. Yeah. Anyway. Now I see Gavin Newsom pick somebody. I've never heard of this woman. She has dark complexion, so she must know how to do her job. I am not saying that, like, I'm not promoting discrimination of any kind. My point just is, it's just like saying somebody should have a job because of any skin color is ridiculous. Or giving somebody a job, looking specifically for somebody's skin color for any job. It's like I can't think of one job where the color of your skin makes any difference. Like, skin color is not a skill. Skin color is not a talent. Skin color is an aesthetic. I mean, him saying, "I'm going to hire anybody of us," insert any skin color in there, is just as offensive as if he were to say, "Oh, I'm going to appoint somebody with big tits or little titties," or I will appoint someone with a big nose. Okay, like, it blows my mind that that's where we're at in society. That it's not only these things aren't only said, but they're accepted. Oh my God. Like, all of those people who fought during civil rights for ending segregation, just for a new segregation, to be promoted. It all makes me sad. It all makes me sad. I don't know anything about her. I don't know anything about her. I hope she's qualified. I would hope that anyone who was appointed to any of those offices be qualified. Oh my God. Yeah. So, other than making dinner yesterday, things I accomplished was making my new batch of tea, going with Omar to the store to get, to get the stuff to make the tea. He insisted on going with me, and I was thinking about going to get pumpkins, for the house, but I was after store, like, that was all I could handle. Store we went to, I don't normally like going to, um, because the staff have been so rude to me there. Um, but when we went into yesterday, I didn't see any staff members that I recognized. So I don't know if he, like, fired everybody or if everybody quit or what the deal was. The last time I was in there, it was the same thing. I was in there getting herbs. This place that I go to get herbs for my tea, because they have a wide range of bulk, um, and they have a good natural, like, pharmacies, supplements and things at this store. Yes, I'm not saying the name of the store. Anyway, there was a homeless guy, and I observed what had happened, some of what happened out in front. So there was a homeless guy that was sitting in front of the store. And in this neighborhood, that is not unusual. This, there's frequently campers that are parked on the street, tents, whatever, nearby. So this homeless guy sitting in front of the store. He wasn't saying anything to anyone. He wasn't asking anybody for money. This guy was just sitting there. It's literally all he was doing. And he didn't even have a sign or a cup or anything. He was just sitting there. And there were three young guys stalking produce in these baskets out front, and they started egging him on. They started picking on him. Well, he flipped out. I mean, he flipped out. And these guys were laughing, and there was obviously something not right with this guy. Like he was mentally challenged in some way. It wasn't just, it was cruel. It was super cruel. Well, I said something at the checkout, and the woman got all angry. She's like, no, that guy deserves to be picked on. You know, he has threatened me and all, and I'm like, okay, whether or not that's true, I've never seen. But that is not justification for egging him on like that. Number one, it's cruel to him. And number two, if he is that unstable, picking on somebody like that is putting everybody in the store at risk, right? Everybody, workers and shoppers and everything. I was angry. I didn't say anything right away. Then she called me sweetie after I spent a chunk of change on things, right? And this woman has been rude. I've seen her be rude to other customers, and she's been had been rude to me before. So I went out to the car, out to my truck, and I sat for a minute. I was like, no. I tried calling, got an answering machine, so I went back in, and I spoke with the manager. He sent her on break. So I don't know. But like I said, that was the last time I was in there. And this time when I was in there, I didn't recognize anyone who was working. So I don't know. Maybe I'll shop there again because they do have really good selection. They do. When it comes to grocery stores, it's the best grocery store in town as far as selection goes of everything. Yeah. Oh, heck. I need to take a couple more sips of this tea and then I need to lay back down. No, I've worked with homeless population and I've worked with violent offending youth. And there's just some things that I know. When approaching those in that demographic. And it's like a couple of the people I've had, I regularly have some interesting folks that come in the gallery. Um, and the last one that was, I was telling somebody about the last one I had in, um, and she was like, oh, well, did you like, she said something about, did you get your pepper spray? I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. You do not make fast, quick moves when you're interacting with someone like that. Like, you don't want to startle, right? You don't want to have any scent of fear on you either. Start making them uncomfortable. No, you have to be calm and collected and patient. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. So I'll start the painting today, hopefully. Ooh. I have pain. In addition to cramps, I'm having pain in my hip and down my leg. And it's not down the back of my leg either. The pain shoots over the top of my quad, around the hip and over my quad. It's yeah. Oh my god, I'm so tired. So I have black-eyed peas down there soaking. I'm gonna have those for dinner tonight. Yes, I suppose before I leave, I should prep everything so that when I get home, all I got to do is cook, right? Turn everything on. I could do that. So we're gonna have black-eyed peas and hominy and collard greens. and I also have Brussels sprouts in the refrigerator, so sometime this week we'll do Brussels sprouts and spaghetti squash and fake burger for me and sausage for Omar. So that sounds like that's a grill. That's a grilling kind of meal. But I can do the black-eyed peas and the collard greens and the hominy in the kitchen. I'll do that on the barbecue, and we don't have to traipse up and down the stairs down to the barbecue. Yeah. Although the collard greens are really good on the barbecue. The smoke from the barbecue really enhances the flavor of that green in particular. That one in particular. But it'll be good on the cast iron on the stove, so. I don't know, I think maybe it's real foggy out there this morning, so there's a lot of moisture in the air. It's probably what my hip is about. Mm. Dream I had last night. Wow. Like I said, might have to write about it. Anyway.